Okay guys, we're back. It's VXP weekend for April, and we've got a new VXP target. You can see it's the 102. It should be obviously ready for our new Reaver assault fleet. So we're expecting corrosive, and we are expecting obviously penetrative damage as well. So that's it. What we're going to do is basically, I've got some ships that are semi-ready. I'm not going to go to complete the target, but what I'm going to do is to rip it apart with various different countermeasures to see what works and what doesn't, and also try and identify what damage comes from what item. Obviously, this isn't exactly what may be in the raid that's coming up, obviously, but at least it should be a little bit of an indication and give us some clues. Let me just go back into base. I'll have a look with what I've done so far. I'll show you, and basically we'll take it from there. So I have got 4 ships created, but I put them to 2 banks, okay? And so I've got 2 at U2, okay, and I've got 2 at U1. I wanted to make sure they're all at least U1 because obviously you get the projectile speed, and it's a bit sort of like a false sort of representation if I've got some at U0 and some at U1. Forget the U2 evade, that's a separate issue altogether. But some at U1 and some at U0, because obviously projectile speed for countermeasures does make a huge difference as well. You'll notice then that each ship, so this one here, I've put a Phalanx 4 on it, okay, we're going to test that. This one here, we've got the good old sprint countermeasure, okay. So that's what's on the slower ships, because I'm missing one of the specials off there, but the special that's in the FM at the moment. Okay, on the first 2, these 2 here, then I've got these set at they're at U2, which is fantastic, but I do have the extra special, so they are a bit faster. I'm going to have to use a crew only because the turn speed's so dire. If we do take a look, let's shrink down that and take a look at the movement. Movement is actually, look, 96 combat speed and only 55 turns, so that's obviously from the extra special, that's the fusion cells. That was in obviously this week's FM, so that 30% bonus. And obviously I can't actually add what you would normally add, which is the evade and speed bonus that you get as a special as well. So that can't, because you've already got evade and speed in other areas, so it won't let you do that. Hyper 30 is what I'm talking about. This one here, so I've got the MDS3, which probably is going to be the solution, hopefully. And just in case it's not, the multi-form anti-missile as well, I've popped that on as well. So that's 4 different anti-missile or penetrative countermeasures. Some other properties as well, i.e. some fire missiles, so it messes with your range a little bit because your range indicator isn't quite what you think it's going to be. And some of them obviously have different reload capabilities as well. Some have multi-shot, like this one, and some don't. So obviously multi-shot of 2 with a multi-shot bonus already on the ship of 3, obviously that could have an impact. But I suppose question 1 is, do they fire at all? I don't know, so we'll take a look at that as well. In general, gut feeling, where do we think we're going? Well, let's have a look at Refit if you really want to know. I mean, yes, I've gone as far as I can with obviously the limited scatter guns, but if I was to load a ship up with my gut feeling, in fact, before I do that, please note then that whilst yes, I can load another, let's just put on countermeasures. I can put another countermeasure here, but let me just take this off and actually take that off again. If I go to here, look, it's highlighted standard and countermeasure. If I go to, even though the logo in behind is the same, they used to do different pictures, but this one down to here, look, standard only. So in other words, look, you know, when I load this one up, I don't have the option to select any of the countermeasures. It's just not possible. So that's a bit of a no-go, unfortunately. So I can only do the routine weapons, whereas this one here, look, if I go across to here and then I select countermeasures, obviously, then I get the range of countermeasures that I want. So just bear that in mind. You know, I can put a countermeasure onto this one here, and if I was to highlight the countermeasures, if I was to put another one, it doesn't light up. If I take this one, take this one off, take this one off, and this is a good way of checking then. Obviously, if I put one back onto here and I select the box, look, it lights up for you now. Okay, I don't know if you were aware of that before, but it lights up for you. So you do get an indication of how many countermeasures we even try putting them on. Okay, so that one does light up. So if I take that off, then it goes away. So just something to think about. But loads, yeah. So I've got one that I'm considering, and don't copy this yet because we have literally no idea. But if I was to go with a sort of what I thought might work based off previous assault corrosive fleets from old, it would be go heavy on missile because you probably won't be able to evade too much of it, and hopefully you can do drive-by shooting on most of the corrosive, so go a little lighter on the corrosive. Okay, find a countermeasure. We don't know what the flagship's going to be like yet, which is clearly going to be one. Okay, so we don't know about that. So, but countermeasure on either one or two. We'll see what's in the targets. Okay, but I wouldn't do those until just before the raid. So save your last FM tokens up. I know there's only 3 sets before the raid, but hey, that's the way it is. Okay, so you can have 1 or 2 countermeasures per ship. Like I said, we have no idea what's coming with the flagship yet until we get through pillage. Okay, and then the rest of the specials, these are pretty obvious, the top 4. Not a clue about these, but these are the best things that a collective group of us could find, basically. Most of the people that stream, and most people that have been on the sort of the shows like the Hefe show and that sort of stuff, you know, Battle Pirates Crib. So yeah, it's assault, it's a reasonably high tier, and it has got corrosive damage and building damage and that sort of stuff. Okay, so and then obviously Twin Fang Feeder as well, which just gives you extra multi-shot and that sort of stuff. There are other options. These are the sort of highest tier ones we can get that also work. If I was to take those off and clear those out, obviously, obviously you can only get 2 of these in the FM at the moment. You can't get the whole lot. So if I was to take that off there and then select another one as well, go into the limited. And scroll down, then you know Hyper 30 is blacked out, so you can't even get the ships early up to the same speed. So it's not as if you can preempt and build early and that sort of stuff by getting the combat speed to match and that sort of stuff. So that's why I've got them stacked into 2 different sections. Okay, I've got an A group and a B group. This may be wrong. It may end up being 2 and 2. It may end up being 3 corrosive, 1 missile. It may end up being no corrosive, all missile, or all corrosive, or no missile, you know, other way around. It just depends. It's too early yet, but I'm hopefully by the time I finish this stream, I might have a bit of indication. So, right, that's enough chat from that perspective. So I'm going to put on a crew. I've got a couple I'm kicking here, just because of the turn speed and that sort of stuff, you know. And yes, I know you can't evade corrosive. I get that. But I can't think of anything else to put on at the moment that gives you the 100% turn speed, the 150% turn speed, because you're definitely going to need it. I can't, for the life of me, think of anything else, which is a shame because there's other crews I'd rather use, but this is unfortunately going to give me what I want to get them going. We'll do 1 fleet at a time. I think we'll probably just use the 1 crew, then come back and swap the ships over. So first of all, then we're going to go in and have a look and see if the MDS3 works, and then we're going to go and have a look and see if obviously the multi-form anti-missile works as well. So that's the goal. So I haven't actually looked at a single target myself yet. I have no idea what they look like. So we will try and find a sweet spot where we can go and we don't get damaged. I have no idea if it's something that's going to do anything particular, or you know, there's various different forms of these sort of targets. Are there any ships in there? No ships in there. You know, I know what they should be roughly, but we'll take a look. Okay, first encounter. Then we've got it sort of about 5 o'clock position. Let's see if that's the right way to go in. Okay, so it's telling us already, look, it doesn't matter whether we went at 5 o'clock or not yet, and there are loads of ships, as we can see, which is the Reaver Tech stuff. Okay, fair enough then. I want to look at the first missile, which looks like that's what that is down there, actually. So let's go. Hopefully they won't... Oh, haha, we got the shadow clouds. Okay, so we already know what that means. That's obviously hiding spots. It's a very colourful target. It's interesting. It's all Reaver Tech, isn't it, basically? And what do we have? Oh, let's have a look then. So there's our scatter. Okay, very much like what you've got on our base, isn't it, to be honest? There's a missile straight away. There, that looks like a missile that obviously MIRVs in the middle, I believe it could be. There's another missile there. So there's 3 different turret types straight away. A repetition there. Yeah, so we've got a MIRV. Oh, there we go. So we've had this before with the rings overlap, haven't we? And it looks like there's something particular to do with this because it's got a high prize Yeah, that is definitely an area effect one, isn't it? Okay. What do we got down here? I don't know the range of this. Don't know the range of this, but we do know the range of this. So we've got something to work from. We don't know clearly, obviously, the trigger. Golly gosh, I haven't seen one of those for a long time. Okay. Don't know the range of the trigger for the ships and that sort of stuff. Groups of how many in a group? 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3 there. Oh, there's a big nasty one at the top, look, which is, interestingly, it's actually got, you know, it's shaded, so you've got to hit something. Oh, there's another one over here as well. So you've got to kill, what is it? Maybe a capital building or a capital weapon. Not really sure. Maybe you've got to kill the target weapons first. Don't know. We might get that far, we might not. Because, you know, like I said, they're shrouded, so we can't get to them, I'm sure, probably straight away. But the question is first is what countermeasure does actually work, I think. Hey, Wayne, how you doing, mate? You're right. Good to see you, buddy. I'm just trying to work out the countermeasure thing at the moment, bud. Because clearly that's priority number one, isn't it? We've got ships, which we thought, we know it's Reaver. Look at our old friend there. Remember these? I love that fleet. That was great. Brilliant ships they were. Okay. So let's have a look. We've got MDS3 and we've got... Let's go forward with the MDS3 first. Let's see if we can pick up a range. So we normally have about... Oh, I'm not quite sure the range of these scatter guns, but it looks around about 70-ish anyway. So let's go forward and see if we can pick out when the missile starts firing, or does the... Yeah, I'm hoping it's MDS3, mate. I've only put one of each on. I've only wasted a few coins, but I think it's worth everybody to find out, isn't it? So I'm not sure what the shroud does. Does that mean I can get close and that sort of stuff? I don't want to get close yet. I also don't want to trigger any ships, but I just want to see what comes and gets at me first. So I'm just going to inch forward a bit at a time. These may be short range, real nasty ones, and the corrosive may fire first. I don't know. Literally, not. Here we go. Okay, so MDS3 took all of them out bar 1. Okay, that was worthwhile. Everything bar 1. Okay, so MDS3 definitely works. That's probably a relief to most people. Let's go to the multi-form then. Let's see if that achieves anything at all. Took quite a bit of damage there, but then it's VXP target, and I've got hardly any armor, well, no armor in fact. Let's just see if we can come in straight then and look at range. Here we go. Multi-formed fired as well, but clearly nowhere near as good. And obviously the reload on multi-form is considerably slower. It's 10 seconds. And I've not ranked obviously yet, so let's give it a chance to do its business. Not quite sure what the up aura means. I'm not quite sure what that means, but there we go. Range looks like about 100, I think, roughly. For the missile, here it comes. Multiform is firing, only took out 1 though. And then obviously it's too slow to reload, so I don't think... Yes, obviously you'll get the reload capability from the rank and that sort of stuff, you know. But I think that's about all we're going to gain out of this. So, okay, we have an answer on this one then. So MDS3 definitely works, which is good news. Let me just remind myself again. It was 1, wasn't it? What we need to do is nip in under the cloud now and just see what happens. We may as well do that at the same time. We might be able to just nip in here quickly. Let's see what fires. Does it see us? I'm closer. I'm definitely closer than what I was before. But can the corrosive see us? I don't know. So can I shoot at it? Yes, I can. Or thought I could. Yes, I can. Right, okay. So, great. So we are definitely shrouded. There's the effect that we were looking for then. This is, remember, the damage over time, what we're looking for? So that's interesting. Let's see, so watch the damage look as it's, there you go, look, it's eating away at it even though I'm not firing. I'm not getting as much splash as I could, but don't forget I'm missing 2 specials. I don't know if I can sneak the other ship in as well. That'll make it a bit quicker. What I want to try and do is actually just kill the missile, and I'm going to come out and then I'm going to work out what the range is of the corrosive when I go back in, because obviously the I want to get to the ships and see what their trigger ranges are as well. Right, so I'm stacked up now, so don't go too much closer. I'm at full range and I've kept that way from a purpose. One thing we can notice, I think, that damage over time is definitely better than here we go, here's a moment. Let me just pull one ship forward slowly. Can this thing see us under the water? No, it can't. I'm going to virtually kill it because I'm going to end up killing myself from it. Damage over time is clearly more beneficial than raw damage just hitting it. So that's something that's worth noting as well, I think. I'm not going to spend too much time on this stream. I just want to get the key components, so just get the breakdowns and then understand it. And I'll put some time chunks down basically, so you can just jump to the relevant sections, because this is not really about you know, target completion. It's nothing about that. It's just about understanding what the different bits do. Okay, not too bad. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to just come out now. Hopefully I don't trigger the ships. I don't want to, but I do want that thing to have a good pop at me and see what range it... I still die. Don't die. Please don't die. So I want to know, can we get to it before it gets to us? So I'm going to sneak up next to it now. Stay out. Stay out. Stay out. Who fires first? That's the question. It's firing at me, and bloody quick. Not a great deal of damage though. I've got no armor fitted. Okay, so from that perspective, unless it does something else, because I don't know what other... I mean, it is chipping away at me, and it's fast, but it's not a massive amount of damage. The missiles were certainly doing more. And I think one shot will probably kill it. Okay, maybe another. There you go, that's dead. So it must have hit me, what, 15, 20 times. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Sorry, Kevin, how are you, mate? Sorry, I didn't see you there, guys. Well, I did, but you're on a different screen. So I just clicked at the corner of my eye. So we've discussed, yeah, MDS3 is so far the one to work. Okay, we've tried that. It definitely seems to work better. The multi-form did work as well, but it didn't seem to work yet. Bear in mind, I've got no rank, and the reload's really, really slow. It didn't seem to be as effective, didn't knock out as many missiles. Missile range seems to be about 100. The scattergun range, whilst it looks like the one in our own bases, it's different, and it looks like it's got a range of about 75 to 80. If our range is around about 75, I can go back and check, but yeah. Next question, I suppose, because I can kill off... there's one there, look. So let's go up and have a little look at this, because we already know the range of this. Let's go, we know the range of this, but what we don't know is, will this fire if we're under this shroud as well? So let's go and discuss that and have a little look. So we're happy. So we're happy with these so far. And if you've missed it and you just joined, then you can go back and watch it again. And we're happy with these so far. That's great. Still don't understand yet what you got to do to unshroud these, but I got a funny feeling it's kill all these, because that and that has the same picture. Well, what's my dog just seen out the window? Just run to the window. Right. What was the range again? Well, I'm in range and it's not firing at me, so I think that's already given me the answer. Oh no, it is firing at me. So, and there's an area of effect damage. Okay. They could be, mate. Sorry, I'll go back in base and have a little look, because if it's 89, then that gives those definitely about 100 range, because they maybe to 115 range, and then maybe it's 90, because he was firing. The scatter was firing just faster than I was. Sorry, just sooner than I was, but not by much. So that would be about 90. So it's probably about right, to be honest. Right, let's shift click on this so we keep that live, so we can get inside this. Sit around here, hopefully kill this off and not actually get picked up by the missile. I think that's probably a case that I can do that. I'm going to trigger it, I know, but is there a time? No, there's not a time. Oh, there's another one. Darn. Okay, so they are overlapping. But I suppose with a bit of wiggling and driving around, once I've got reload and I've got speed and all that sort of stuff, and I could move around this cloud coming in and out. I mean, there is a little gap there, but not much. What other one was firing at me? Was it? Where's the other one? Let me just zoom out a second. It's this one here, isn't it? No, it's not that one. It's this monster here. Okay, how much damage are they doing? They're doing massive amounts of damage, so you don't want to be sitting still. What's the throw rate? I mean, I don't mind killing the ships off. What's the reload rate, sorry, of that? I thought it were a MIRV, but it's not MIRVing. So although it looks like it is a MIRVing missile, it's just a single one, okay? So far, then, missile is definitely the nastiest. We haven't got to the ships yet, but so far, missile is definitely the nastiest damage type. And there's another one as well. So it is area effect, it's dumbfire, so there you go, you can outrun them. So if I had a bit more speed, because obviously I've not got rank yet, you could drive in, chip away at it, drive back out, and then obviously miss it. Which maybe I might try with this second ship, because that first one's about to die. Let's just have a look and see if we can do that. Whereas I drive in, let's just try and be clever. And if I do there to there and back out again on a automatic path, and maybe I can fire, come round, turn. Not quite, I didn't quite do it, okay. Because I've not quite got the speed for turning yet, and there's more forward speed to have. But as a concept, you know, it could be a consideration. Maybe. Let's try that again. So go in, shift click, and then shift click back out again. It's a bit blocky, I get that, but I think I missed then, didn't I? Has this other one stopped firing at me? I'm not really sure. Did it fire at me or not? I'm not quite clear. It hasn't fired yet. Oh, it's just firing now. Okay, so yeah, not perfect yet because I need to get some turn speed up. But as a concept, that could be a way of chipping away at them. I mean, I can imagine that cloud there, if I was getting closer, is probably, yeah, it's overlapped by that one. So the clouds, yeah, they're overlapping. Cleverly built target. Okay, you can get inside this one, but that one overlaps that cloud. So all the clouds are actually placed right underneath the rings. So yeah, you've got to play a bit careful here. Okay, so we know that. What do we reckon that range is? That's probably 150 plus, isn't it? A good guess, based off if that's virtually 90. We virtually fit inside there. Add that probably is about another 50, I'd say. Right? Okay. So we probably aren't going to get to uncover these here, because it looks like I'll kill an awful lot of items, and my ships aren't strong enough for that. Certainly not. But what I can do is nip across. I'll probably start another target in a second because I want to go back and then chip away at these with the other ships. But let's just zoom in again and just see what the ships do. Do they come in blocks? Are they? In fact, let's zoom out. Sorry. Let's see if it's just this three, or whether 2 or 3 come from over here. I want to keep out the way of that ring. That's fine. That one's okay. Oh, they got different ranges. Sorry. There's a short range, and there's a long range. Can I go around the left? No, because I think that ring's going to nav me. So, in fact, yes, I can, unless there's another ring cutting out. Oh, yeah, so whilst I can get in just on the inside of here, look. Oh, I probably... Well, I might just be able to get this and this. We need all these overlapped at the same time, really, don't we? So there's a section there not covered. Still not covered. Definitely not involved in it. Oh, right, I'm out of time. Okay. Yeah, okay. Right, they work. We're not going to fix those. We're just going to put them back away for a second. Because if we do fix, we'll do them together. Yeah, Mike, you're right. But how many missiles are you going to stack up, mate? It would help. Absolutely get you. So it's interesting. We've got 2 ranges then for those missiles, even though the missiles look identical. Bear in mind, this is a preliminary target just for VXP. They are bound to change it as they did last month for the actual targets. They'll probably have different types. It's slightly frustrating that they both have the same look. You know, like the VXP. Sorry, you look at the FM targets. Obviously, the rockets look like X, you know, and the missiles look like Y. You know, hey Venom, how you doing, mate? Yeah, and it'd be nice if they'd already have this. So we've definitely got, okay, yes, they're missiles and they come at us. They're not MIRV, but the icon is a MIRV missile, but it's obviously that's just a placeholder for now. But they have two different ranges, so that's frustrating. Right, we're going to go to the slightly slower ships now, but I am still going to be using obviously the Sea Serpent as well, just because I still need to have a. It could be 3. You know, I'm not going to go back into the same target. I'm going to pick another one. So we'll go down south this time, and hopefully no one's touched these. Hey Jason, how you doing, buddy? Here we go again. I don't think it matters. I went in at 5 o'clock. We ended up starting up at the sort of like 7 o'clock position. I'm going to go north this time, start at around 1 o'clock. I still think we'll probably end up coming in back at the same place again. So got a haircut at last. I'm not commenting, but I don't really have enough to worry about. Right, here we go. So this is, yeah, okay. So this is an automated start point, which is great. Okay, where is the shrouding? Or do I have to let it start first? Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, right, fantastic. This is nice in some respect because if you've got a staggered start, then obviously you know you've got a bit of lag. At least you can jump in, you know, and not have to worry too much. You get a bit of time then to get to the targets. We know the trigger points, okay, and we know then that obviously we can get underneath this shroud here with our ships. But what we want to do is not do that yet. We want actually to work out which one of these countermeasures. So this time I have got Phalanx 4, okay, on one of the ships, which is fleet ship 1, and the other one, what the heck have I got on that one? I've got a sprint, okay. So let's have a look and see if the sprint's any good. So if you're thinking we're roughly about 90 range, let's just say 89, 90. About time you scruff. Yeah, if you're thinking we're roughly around 90 range, then let's just see. If that's 90, that's probably about 140, 150. We're down to about 140, 135. There we go. So it's probably about 130. Okay, there we go. That's that answer. Not a damn thing. Nothing fired at all. Okay, let's hide under there. You can chip away at that because I want to kill it anyway. You should be able to chip away at it. Yes, you can. Okay, good. Let's bring in the other ship then. This is the Phalanx 4. I mean, there is also another node of vendor tokens for killing it. There probably is. I haven't seen that. They didn't. Last time they haven't said whether you do or not. I'll look at the information on it in a second. Let me just see if I can get this one to fire. Then when this is this is a Phalanx 4. Yeah, so Phalanx 4. Hey, not bad. Not bad. Every one bar. Oh no, that's not good that time. So the reload is also a bit slower compared to MDS3, and yeah, that's obviously the issue. Not as good as MDS3, but then so it shouldn't be. So occasionally it's everyone. Bear in mind, I've got no rank yet. It took them all down that time, and just one left that time. Obviously, reload's not perfect because obviously I'm still struggling. Okay, while these ships are not in a bad position health-wise, we're going to just go in again. We're going to kill these off, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go up and play with these 3 ships here. Somebody remind me what. I mean, I know what the Reaver ones are, but what was that thing called? Can't remember. It's a shame because I think it was a really nice fleet. That was good missile fleet. That thing. What were those things called? Someone is bound to know in chat because you can always look it up. But I'll have to go back into base and look it up. I've forgotten. But they were what, tier 6 or something? Tier 5, tier 6 ships a couple of years ago. What were they called, those things there? I do remember driving around like crazy fool with those, and they were really fun. Okay, how are we doing? So yeah, like I said, we're missing 2 speeds. Was it? I can't remember. Phoenix. Yeah, probably was. Phoenix, you're probably right. And I know these ones. Yeah, I'm happy with the Reaver Scouts and all that sort of stuff. You know, now at the moment, remember there's 2 different types of those. And at the moment, these are the same. There's a darker one, isn't there, normally? And I don't see. Forget the scope, the big one. These is light, it's light, it's light. These are all the same. So there is another one, and maybe that might come in a later target, you know, when we get the real targets, because one of them is normally faster or harder to kill and that sort of stuff. So something tells me you've got to kill all these off, by the way, definitely, before you can get to the Reaver Hulks. We might have a go at that, but we'll see. How are we doing with this thing? Nearly done, nearly done, nearly done. Come on. Faster, faster, faster. Don't want to be all afternoon on this. Or morning in the UK. Started at 9 AM, didn't it? Kicks time list. Obviously I'm in the UK, so come along, come along, come along, come along. Thank you. So I'm not too worried about the corrosive. I just want to make sure I keep away from it so that I'm not going to get hit when I trigger the ships. Right, okay. Let's see what triggers. I'll zoom out. I know I'm going to die because they're going to be horrendous, but I just want to see if anything I do actually helps and how close I can get, etc. and that sort of stuff. Here we go. So all 3 ships triggered. So he is firing X at me. He's definitely firing missiles. Okay, let's see if I can drag them in, and can I hide underneath the things without them seeing me? That's obviously a question I was wondering as well. I doubt it because I think they've got thermal. Well, they've turned away. Is that because they can't see me? They must be able to see me. They're still firing. Okay, so this is the drive-by thing because I got a funny feeling they're probably firing. Whilst he's firing missiles, so that'd be the one I killed first, the Phoenix, sorry. They're probably firing corrosive. And they're definitely going to kill me because I've got no firepower at the moment. I've got like 2 scatter guns on these. I'm dead, basically. They're ranking anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it? Although I haven't got a rank crew on at the moment. I don't seem to be doing any damage to them. However, watch the patterns. The patterns look set. Doesn't matter where I am. They seem to be having a. Oh, hello. He's flashing. Look. Oh, and so is he. He's flashing as well now. I do like Refit tech, I must admit. It's nice and colourful. Yeah, so if they're in the cloud with me, they see me. Okay, so let's see if I can time it so that, or maybe I split the ships up. I put one over here and try and draw them out so they kill one ship off but don't kill the second ship off, maybe? Let me see if I can hide in the cloud before he hides in the cloud. Can I hide in the cloud? Let's see if he's... Do they see me? There we go. Right, one's dead. Do you know where I am? Can you see me? I'm getting closer and closer and closer. No, they definitely can't because I was nearly in fire range of that. So that's fair dues. So if I'm in the cloud, yeah, well done. Yeah. So if I'm in the cloud and they're in the cloud, they can see me. So if I'm out of the cloud, and we'll prove that in a second. Let's see if I can... I don't know if I'm going to go fast enough though. Let's see if I can race down to the cloud and not get slapped. Because he's facing the opposite way. I want to see how close can I get to be. I don't want to get triggered that and trigger that. So, right, here they come. Turn, 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 run, run, run. Do I survive? Yes, I do. Do I? Okay, running down, and they reset and go back. Okay, yep, good. Okay, so the fog is your friend, and so long as they're not in it, then you are fine. So that was worthwhile, wasn't it? Right. Yeah, it does indicate. Yeah, and what was the remind me of the other ship that we created? You could do 2 versions, a missile version and a corrosive version. Began with M, I think, and they were really good. And this looks like almost identical targets is in concepts. I'll go back in the doc and have a look in a second what it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head. Right, let me just let them. I may as well let them kill this off actually, because I'm gonna rank them up anyway. I've got plenty of grease monkey crews and that sort of stuff, and probably a few ship repair tokens as well. So we may as well let it die. But we'll. It's a shame I haven't got them all at the same speed because obviously They're never going to group up, unfortunately. Is it Saturn? Kelvin? I'll have a quick look. Just yikes! No armor. 5 hours 31. Oh, why couldn't it be 5 hours 29? We know why it's not 5 hours 29 because they always love to give you that extra potential gain of 1 coin every time you fix. It's frustrating as hell. I think it's pretty naughty. Okay. I'm not looking just yet at the damage. I mean, it's pretty obvious which is a scattergun and which is a missile and that sort of stuff. I don't think we need to worry about that too much. The Reaver Hulk will definitely give you both types of damage. You'll get a long-range damage and a short-range damage. I can imagine the short-range damage, if you get in close to the ship, it won't do as much. No. It may, though, kick out yet some small little ships. Sometimes they port those little tiny Reaver drones that kick out sometimes. I may be able to get to that stage of chipping away at a target. I'm not really sure, but that may take some time. Right. Oh, Venom's close to me. Hello, buddy. He's relocated. Okay. I got 35. Oh, okay. Got some points, considering I didn't actually... okay, so I was killed... Yeah, by the way, okay, thinking about then, you could drive in, kill 2 turrets, exit. Ooh, driving, kill 2 turrets, exit, go to the next one, exit, go to the next one, exit, and then you can probably rank and have no damage whatsoever. Is that a bit naughty? I don't know. What do you think? I think that's free ranking, isn't it? Say that carefully. But I think you can rank for free. No drone in target. No, there isn't. But do you remember that some of the big Reaver Hulks used to spawn small ships once you started attacking it? Some raids ago, they can decide sort of like what they wanted. I think it was when we had the Hellwraith raid. I think it was. Where it spawned out little ships. Was it the Hellwraith raid? I can't remember. But it was something along those lines. Has the game frozen? Yes, it has frozen. Just be with me 2 seconds. Why has the game frozen? I have no idea. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, thanks for joining me, by the way, guys, because I would have to be by myself, talking to myself, which is a very odd concept to do. Okay, I've been streaming for a long time and that sort of stuff, but here we go, we're back. And I still find it odd when I'm doing a live stream without actually telling people really too early, and then you sit here for the first 10 minutes talking to yourself, which is, yeah, I'm not that old yet where I find that normal. Let's go back into dock. Okay, let's just not look at stories, but let's look at builds. Sorry. And just remind myself of select hull, go into assault, and it was, there we go, Manticores. Remember the ones, the different components you used to put on top, the CICs and that sort of stuff, and then one would be really good at corrosive and one would be really good at missile and that sort of stuff. So it was Manticores was the last time. Yeah, and then flipping down, yep, you're right, it was the Gutsville Phoenix and the Phoenix fleet. I absolutely adored that fleet, I must admit. I think that was one of the better fleets of that era, and you could use those there, and the ones before them, weren't they? No, it wasn't Skyfires, or was it Skyfires? Yes, it was actually. It was Skyfires, wasn't it, prior to that? But anyway, yeah. So yes, it was, because it was the Gutsville Skyfire as well. So, but those Phoenix fleets were really, really good fun. Right, so Phalanx 4 works. Okay then, if you don't have the MDS3s, it looks reasonable. Okay then, I think MDS3s are going to be a little bit better. Why? Probably because if we just look at load, and let's look at the Reaver Assault again. What have we got the problems here? So bear in mind, this one's, yes, whilst it's got multi-shot, it's got a reload time of 10. So it looks like actually with the speed that they were firing at us, that could be an issue. Okay, let's go across and just select countermeasures themselves. Oh, can't do it until we get across to here. Yeah, I was going to look at switchblades, but actually I think it's pointless because their reload time is 12, which is even worse. Okay, and their range is diddly, so no really good. Yeah, Saturns were good in the fog, you're right actually. Yeah, we've obviously looked at multi-form and that sort of stuff. Well, it did okay, it did work. Yeah, again, like I said, reload's really, really poo, so not good. I'm not going to worry about basic tridents, but the sprint, Waste time, don't bother. Didn't do anything at all, did it? Didn't fire. So let's not play with that one there. Phalanx 4 on the other hand, though. Okay, reload time, okay, really good. You can get that down quite quick and that sort of stuff. And it seemed to do very well. Okay, it actually seemed to do very well, which I was mildly surprised at. Range is okay, 47. Obviously, we can get some range extenders on that. You know, reload will be good and that sort of stuff, you know. So yeah, I was quite impressed with that one, to be honest. Flipping across the limited then, obviously then we've got obviously same reload time yet again, obviously the MDS3, but obviously a range of 50, so slightly greater 50. Salvo 10 as opposed to Salvo 9. So not a huge difference, that stuff, but I got a funny feeling build time, 15 days, 13 hours, 16 minutes. 15, 13, 16 versus 15, 30. It's identical. On the build times and that sort of stuff. So if you haven't got enough, you run out and that sort of stuff. There is a COA 2, as they call it. You know, there is a course of action 2. Okay, and that is the the Phalanx 4. I wouldn't really go with anything else, to be honest. I do think that if you use things like sprints and that sort of stuff, you're going to mess up your range. Okay, I really do think you're going to mess up your range. And talking of range, let's just clear everything off. Sorry, let's just clear. What should we clear off? I want to look at first. I want to look at the range of one of these here. You're right, it was 89, and I don't think there's anything that gives you anything of a range extender, scattergun, because that's basically what I was looking at for all my specials, if there's nothing new coming. I think definitely dot is the way ahead as opposed to raw damage, which means I think these two specials are probably likely to be the ones that we're going to want. So supercharge will make a difference. There's no walls obviously, but you know, turrets are basically buildings. Projectile speed, we're up there. We've got multi-shot, corrosive damage, and then there's our anti-missile accuracy and our range as well, which is nice. Okay, it looks like actually the anti-missile range then and actually the corrosive damage are at the same distance, about 90-ish. Okay, bear in mind, what is it supposed to be? 50, and then what do we get? 50 plus 75%. Okay, so yeah. I'm going to have a look at the VXP. I got different because obviously some of them weren't damaged, mate, and some were damaged, so different levels. So yeah, I got 35k on those last two for those two ships by scraping a couple of the ships, which I didn't want to do, you know. But I'm going to go into a clean one and then work out what it is just to go and take out those two missiles and exit. But I'm also going to use a crew to do that. That is a very good question. That is a very good question. So let's stack them up. Let's put them in. Let's put them in this one. Let's put them in this one to drive, and this one to fix. So we're going to put that in, and then we're going to bring the ships into here. So that one's okay. This one is the next one. This one's the next one. This one's the next one. What do we got there? 5 hours, 3. Well, I'm not. You think I'm being a miser now? I'm not actually going to coin the last couple of minutes. I'll wait. Well, I won't wait. I'll just click the button a couple of times. Have I got any tokens? I have. So there's one. So that was okay. That's all I've got though. 1. Great. Have I got any other? No, I haven't got any more things to open. The base is currently busy. Come on, catch up. So let's go and see what we can do when we use a 3-star crew and go and take out those 2 items. We'll stack all 4. They won't quite stack because they're not really built in that way. So let's go in there. And they're going to be slower now because I'm going to have to change, obviously, crews. So dismiss that one. Thank you. You've done your job. Let's go across and find a crew that's suitable. Let's go out and have a look then. Okay. Oh, you've gone in for without a crew. Okay, that's cool. Thanks, mate. Cheers. That's really helpful. PK, how are you doing? Right, I'm going to go and find another fresh one. Let's go over to here instead. Hopefully no one's been in this one. We already know it doesn't matter what angle you're going at, so we'll just clack it. If clack it is a good term. I suppose what we could do is have a look at the previous assault fleet if you are looking for defender tokens and see if the assault fleet from the previous raid cycle can actually do it. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, I've used up all my all my limited weapons and that sort of stuff, and I've added on all the specials I possibly could. I couldn't do any more. There's a difference in speed, look, you can see. But it won't matter because it's not going to fire at me until I get inside the cloud anyway. So we're just going to zoom in and have a little look. What? Okay, it might be 4 ships. I've got 7, 4, 2, and 4. 7, 4, 7. Yeah, okay. So I've got a few. Getting these to stack is going to be a right pain. But we're going to take out these ones here. I mean, obviously, the problem is the weapons aren't even across the ships either. So, obviously, then some will cause more damage. And I am intrigued. It's got a really good point. What about, am I getting the benefit from the dot? Did I just fire a missile at them? Or was that just me looking a bit odd? I could have sworn I just fired a missile. Must be. I did. I fired a missile. Is there a special on here? Oh, I did. I know why I fired a missile, because it's one of the countermeasures. It's got a missile if you get close, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can see the differences in some of the countermeasure ranges as well. Obviously, one of them is really, really small, isn't it? Which I think is probably... one of them I said was 30, wasn't it? Which oh, look, there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 different ranges. We know that the MDS3 is the biggest with 50. So I'd still say the MDS1 is the better one to use, because look at the range then. It's virtually a really good indicator that you've got full range capability. That can make a huge difference, just that little distance there. Right, we'll time out with retreating and we'll see what happens. Sprint, that was it. Elton, thanks mate. My memory is awful these days. What do we get? We've got no damage, so I've just used that. I've just used a crew for no reason in the base, haven't I? Yeah, I took no damage. Thanks for that. Okay, no points here whatsoever. Do I get to know? No, I don't get to know until I go back into base, do I? So I'm going to have to go back in, recall, and let's have a little look. Right, I'm in. What did I get? What did I get? What did I get? Okay, I got 38,000. Okay, 38,000 spread across the ships. Okay, that's not bad. I can just relaunch. Okay, I'm not going to keep coming back in and out now because there's no point, is there? Hello, Velen. You're right next to me, mate. I didn't clock that. So I went into that one. Let's go into this one. So that'd be 369, wouldn't it? You know, so it's not going to take very much because there's loads of these around, isn't there? And I do want to try and later on, I'm sure if not Jerry or somebody else will do one, but I do want to. Oh, it disappeared. That's not very helpful. Okay. They're obviously refreshing, aren't they? I do want to be able to actually get as far as ripping apart the whole thing to get those Reaver Hulks firing, because that's the only thing I'm not sure yet is, do they expel anything, or is it just close range and far range, you know, missiles and corrosive damage? I mean, it could even be a sort of like a you know, a multi-shot close range missile, sorry, penetrative damage weapon as well. It just depends on what you decide to put on them. It's quite messy. We have to get through quite a bit of the target first before we worked it out, and that's going to take a long time with this fleet because it's nowhere near strong enough. I don't want this to go on too long either, so. I suppose one thing that would be interesting to see, which I don't mind taking a bit of damage, is just going to see with all these different countermeasures, can I countermeasure everything that's coming off of that missile? Because I have got various different countermeasures at different ranges, so why not we have a little look? The answer is no. In fact, it was worse. Yeah, they're still coming through. Okay. Obviously, they're only targeting one ship. Oh, which target? It's the flagship. Okay, so there you go. There's your thing. Look, damage onto ship number 1. Okay, even though they were fully stacked, as you notice. Okay, the other ships didn't take the incoming damage, but ship 1 did. There we go. Look, the rest of the ships nothing. So there you go. That was worth actually doing. So we already know now which ship's going to be targeted by the missiles first, anyway. Don't forget, obviously, that it won't matter for the scatters because they're area effect. And those missiles were area effect there. Okay, then. Although they fired like a missile, who's to say they weren't doing another form of damage? We can have a look at that, actually. I could go in, kill these off, and just get in the range of that one there, and just sit in there and see what damage type it takes. In fact, I will. But yeah, I mean, going zooming out again, just to look at the range. There's a short range one, which we reckon is somewhere around about 120 to 150 or so, 160. That was the same again. This one's much bigger, isn't it? And probably I can imagine this one probably is. No, that's a small range one as well. This one is a smaller range one, or is it just my eyeballs? I'm definitely right. That is larger, isn't it? Yes, it is. That is definitely larger. That's small. Oh, that's huge. That's massive. I'm going to use my actual hand on my screen to work out that. Right, so that is that distance apart. You can't see this, but I'm just doing a bit of crude measuring. Okay, so that one's, yeah, you're right, there's 3 different, okay, there are 3 different ranges. I bet that's just to clever the clouds, okay? That is monstrous, that one. The one in the center then is absolutely huge. Whether we have to go around the outside and run around and try and keep out the range of the, or keep ahead of the dumbfire, but obviously we've still got the ships to worry about. So it's understanding, you know, where all these overlap and intersect, and then where it's actually safe to drive. I mean, it looks like at the moment here is a safe place to be. Now it's getting smaller. That's fine. That's fine. What about this one over here? So yeah, it looks like you can drive around this sector, okay. Section, sorry, not sector. But I'd like to really think you're to trigger the ships and come back out again. Send in one ship, maybe trigger them and then race down and then kill them off one at a time, maybe something like that. So it's definitely 3 ranges, yeah. Right, okay, I'm done there for a second. Let's retreat out of this. It's a shame it didn't reset in some respects, but I suppose it's not the right thing to do. Okay. Is it an instant fix? No, it's 1 coin. Why is it 1 coin? How much? I mean, that was a tiny amount of damage. 6 minutes. Well, I'm not going to flipping coin 6 minutes. What I do want to do is find another target. Or am I wasting my time? Am I wasting your time, more importantly? What am I getting out of doing this? Because this isn't about killing targets. What more do we need to understand, gents? What more do we need to understand? We know roughly it's about 35,000 for killing those 2. Okay, we know about that, or thereabouts. Okay, so we've understood that. We know which countermeasures work now, which ones don't. We know roughly, I'll tell you what we don't know. We don't know what damage this thing does. So let's just take a ship up, one that's no damage whatsoever. Let's go and let it fire, sit in a ring and see what happens, shall we? And then as we exit, there we go, it's going to fire. Go on. Right. Oh, it's painful, isn't it? Eh? So it's done fire, it's also awful. Let's just work out then what damage that takes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Because it's area effect, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not corrosive. And because it's dumbfire. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Oh no, it's penetrative. Okay. So, but because it's dumbfire, I mean, I think you can definitely outrun those once you're ranked up and that sort of stuff. So I'm not overly worried. I evaded nothing, so it's definitely area effect. Okay, and so there's nothing you can do, no matter how much evade you have on your ships, it's going to help you in no way, shape, or form. Okay, it's literally not going to help you at all. Let's go back in again because we can actually check some of this stuff. So penetrative, okay, for the missiles. The scatter guns. So it's only really the ships that's going to cause us any issues at the moment, because if that's penetrative, that's the corrosive, and there's only looks like one type of turret, and it wasn't really doing a huge amount of damage. And it did track though, I must admit, it did track. It's not as if it like fired behind you, you could outrun it. Let's go in with ship 3, and I'll just get in and then go and hide in the cloud. Here we go. We're coming. Okay, that was the Phalanx 4 again. So that, yeah, the Phalanx 4 is definitely working quite nicely. You've got 12k without crew on those 2 turrets. Okay, so that would be about right there, wouldn't it? I was getting 30 something, wasn't I? So okay, let's go out of that then. I take it that is penetrative again, and well, interesting. It says 100% evaded. Some of those got through, did they not? Well, according to that, not. That's not true, is it? From what I saw, some of those missiles got through. Or, yes, they got through the countermeasure, but they still didn't hit the ship, even though they looked like they did, because the evade on the ship, maybe. Does that make sense? Or does that sound pretty bull? Sounds a bit bull to me, because there's damage on the hulls. I'm going to do that again. Well, you can discover that yourselves, because that's something to do with the countermeasure. The countermeasure, you know, absolutely works without a doubt, which is good news. Let's just recall again and hop back in. One thing we do want to have a little look at is the corrosive turret, isn't it? So I'm going to go in. I'm going to kill off the missile turret, and then we're going to try and do a bit of driving by. We're going to try and do a bit of drive-by on the corrosive turret, and see if it dumbfires and goes behind, because that's one thing I forgot to check. I got 43 that time. 43? I didn't kill the whole turret, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, 43. All right, so ranking's going very well. What have I got? 24 minutes. Oh, I can actually just do that for that, because it doesn't matter. It's 15 minutes anyway using the grease monkey, so it wouldn't make a difference to us. Let's go back out again. Right, let's go back out again. Let's go into we want to find one that's got all the bits in it, because I want to be able to kill off the missile turret and then play around with the corrosive turret and see if we can get a ship to evade it, or sorry, outrun it. Which is why I think these ships are so fast. You know, well, we know straight away the ships are fast to evade these things, isn't it? That's half the reason these things are fast. So long sweeping turns is what's going to have to happen, because even with that crew on that I had, whilst they weren't ranked, I get that, you know, that didn't really I didn't turn particularly very fast. Obviously with the crew on, it's going to help. Sorry, with the full rank on, it's going to help. Hey Stuart, by the way, sorry mate. 17 of you guys are. Where are you all from? I mean, 17 people. I know the UK, because we're sort of like, it's late in the afternoon, that stuff. Are you all in the States? Because if you're all in the States, what are you doing on this time of day? that died pretty quick, didn't it? Okay, good. Now, can I drive by and get that to trigger? And I'm probably going to have to go in here around and then arc. Where is this thing going to aim? So I can do it. I'm just going to shift click that, just to keep it alive. Is there anything that come close to me? No. 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 Okay. So would you mix up your scatter guns on your build, some limited and other blueprints? That's a good question, because I know some people were saying a little bit about, you know, me personally, in short, no. I'm going to go for the maximum amount of limited scatter guns I possibly can. But I do understand why you're saying it, because I'm going to go for dot effect, you know, so it just smashes it and get it. I know what you're thinking, because if you get different reloads, you get the constant firing and it goes through different. Yeah, I know, Wayne. You get the constant firing of, you know, and chipping away. But I don't think. I think for dot to work you'd have to look at the dot register on each one, because damage over time can be different on different scatters, but it's the amount of damage also versus the amount of time, which is the trigger there, which obviously why then you need multi-shot, and then also you need the other factors as well. So not just corrosive damage things. So which one are we going to go for? I want one that's what will matter which countermeasure ship is it. So it's either number ship 1 or ship. Nothing's died, has it? So nothing's got any damage. So we will just confirm it is corrosive only as well. So we'll go for ship 1 because that's got the no, that's rubbish. We'll go for ship 2 because it's got the MDS3 on it, and it looked like it was quite reasonably ranked, which it is. Okay, so even though I haven't got a crew on it, actually turning crew, evade crew, at least it can turn reasonably fast. So we have to sort of get in pretty close. So I'm going to come into here basically, and then go and hide. That's my goal anyway. So hopefully I only get hit once, but I want to see if I can just drive by. It did fire behind, didn't it? That went behind me, that did. Yes, it's done fire. Okay. They are done fire. Let me just drive in quick. They are super fast though, but they are done fire. So it's super fast done fire, but it is done fire. I don't think you'd be able to outrun them, all of it. But look, there you go, behind. Okay. And that's a nice thing that I can wait. You know, it goes, yeah, drive by a couple of hits. You know, once I'm up to full power and that sort of stuff, drive by a couple of hits and then move on to the next bit and let it just kill itself. That is the way to go for this. The damage over time is definitely the way to build your ships. Every time you go in, you take risk, don't you? So go in as minimum amount of times as possible. You trust me more than you trust dirt. No, I don't know. I don't know. You know, we work as a team. Everybody these days. I don't think you know. We all talk to each other and that sort of stuff. You know, it's all about understanding now. You know, so. For me, I'm definitely going to go for damage over time, okay? Just for the very way that damaged that turret, you know. I don't think I'm ever going to get to the stage where raw damage is going to beat damage over time, and the very fact that by staying around and going in to hit the target more often, you've taken the risk of obviously having a poor turn. You know, that drive-by definitely worked, without a doubt. I have no idea, by the way, why there's Christmas music in the background. Let's change that. I just clocked it. Why don't you say something? It's on a random file, so it's just the way it is. Right. Ships we're not going to play with. Is there anything else we know about this thing? There's no point chasing that. Can I get up to look at that thing at all? No, because I have to kill all those. No, I don't think I can do a great deal more that's of benefit to people, unless you've got anything specific you want. I could probably try and knock off some of these. Can I with 4 good hulls? Can I? And now I've got a bit of rank. Can these hulls kill these 3 ships? I suppose that's the last thing I can look at. Take 1 ship up to trigger them, and maybe do a bit of drive-by. Remember that sort of like where you stay in the cloud, but you drive past the cloud and use 1 ship as the, you know, the sort of like the target draw. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but you know what I mean. Pulls the ships in, you know, and encourages them to drive by your other ships, which is what we did in one of the sub-raids. Problem is they seem to have a very strange run-around arc, and then they start firing all over the place, but we'll give it a go. Let's see if I can get this to trigger. There we go. And then, I know they're going to fire at me, but their range is less than mine. Have you noticed that? They're not firing at me yet. There. So their range is definitely less. So whilst they're shooting at me, see, he's going to see me now. And there you go. They've now firing at my ships. So because of their random pattern, so no, I am killing him quite quickly, damage over time. So that was the Phoenix. He's dead. So I could definitely kill these ships. Quite easily, in fact. Okay. Yeah, damage over time. Look at that. That was nice. Sorry. I think the corrosive on the ships are done fire also. Sorry, buddy. They're definitely shorter range. I missed your comment. Sorry, mate. Mike, you could probably give it a splash, a dash, but in all honesty, yes. Do you want to have a look at that? Do you want to have a look at them? I think kiting is going to be the way ahead on this. I think, you know, that's still quite a bit of damage on that one ship. You know, this does take us right back to the tier 5, tier 6 raid system, you know, with the old scattergun manticores. It really does remind me of that massively, where it's drive-by shooting, get by, drive by the ship, snag them on the way through, run out the way because you're outranged them. Apart from that one missile ship, but you might be able to counter. In fact, I was counter measuring some of its missiles. You know, this is all about the drive-by and all about dot. The whole thing is, without a doubt. Inside that ring there, that one doesn't have a ring, but inside that ring there, no, I can't. Well, I can, but I have to get right into this little piece here. Look. Let me just see if the other bit of this one is covered. No, it's not. Is this piece covering it? No, it's not. So I think, oh, dog's not having a good time there. It's coughing. I think I can probably sit in here. I'm not sure if I can hit the range of this though, but I think I can sit in here and. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, so let's see how many fire behind me. I get caught. So the front ships didn't get caught, but the back ones did. Okay, that's because obviously I'm missing one special. But I can sit there quite nicely. Do you know, in almost some respects, it'd be nice to up your splash, wouldn't it? Now, that I'm inside his ring. I am inside his. And I think I'm inside that as well. So I think I could probably get that one out, to be honest. Let's have a little peek and see if I can. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Nope, I can definitely chip away at that one. We need to understand this target, don't we? I'm inside that one. I can't... It's dissecting, okay? And that's going to take a little while to understand and read the target. You know, almost want to overlap pictures with all these different rings on them and that sort of stuff, and I don't think we've got time for that. So that one's dead, and there's nothing else that's going to clip me yet, so I need to bear in mind. So this one just cuts this corner here, and this one here. Let me just shift click onto this one and change priority, because I want to be able to try and turn around and clip that, because that doesn't matter, and that one doesn't matter. I think I can get these two as well, if I can turn and get back in the cloud. Now that I've killed that one off, that's alright. Yeah, I killed that one off. I think I'm safe. Famous last words, like. I think I can clip both of these. So, do you remember the old days of how much raid it was, but you'd shoot the far one and actually cause damage to the close one? That's what I'm going for now. Yeah, so as it goes through, unlike missiles, as it drives through, actually, because it's area effect, it actually clips the front one. You can kill several in the same go, sort of stuff, you know, if that sort of makes sense. Now, I wonder if I get near that, it even fires at me. That cloud there, I'm going to really cause myself some pain. But I can kill that missile, definitely. What covers that cloud? No, no, no. No, so I'm quite safe sitting in there. I think. Yeah, we might actually be able to pick this target apart if you're that keen and want to stay on. Because I really like to trigger these. I mean, I'm going to take a bit of damage, but even if I have to go out and fix and come back in. Shall we? Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's. Oh, it's triggered. It's triggered. Here we go. Right, so yeah, we definitely got. Now he's going to turn around, I'm going to hide in the clouds, and hopefully he can't see me. Oh, wow, 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 wow. I need to get to here, don't I? This was the area I thought that they couldn't see me. Please don't chase me, is the next point. He can see me. He's obviously got a massive thermal range because he's coming straight at me, and I can't hide from him at all. Darn, and now he can see me, so that turret can fire at me. Okay, fine. Right, okay. Okay, radio. Okay, I got away from that dumbfire. Is he going to go back and sit back and be a good boy, or is he now permanently moving? That was worth doing, because we've learned something there. I can get inside this one, can't I? I can do it here. Can I not do it there? No, I can't. Yeah, so he knows where I am now. So I don't know what his thermal range is, but now he's been triggered. It's massive. And can I outrun that dumbfire? Yeah, just about. Yeah, so that's worth doing. Let me just... I need to play clever here. I'm determined to do this now. Right, so he has got full screen by the looks of it. Thermal. Okay, now he's been triggered. Seems like it's right across the screen. But look how slow it is. You know, at least when it does get to be unshrouded, I can actually just drive considerably faster and do dot damage. So, you know, it reaffirms what I do think, that dot damage is the way ahead. I've got a section here that I can get into. Look, that's not covered, but it is there. Oh gosh. If I get too close to that, I'm going to trigger those ships. So I can get into here, I think, by driving up through this gap, but I've just got to try and lose him. I'm glad you're online, guys, because I'll be talking to myself. Ah, look, there's an area of effect. Look, you see the aura he's got? Can you see that? Let me just zoom in. See the aura he's dragging. I don't know how you can see that on the stream, but there's an aura that goes out to a range of about... I'm just out of range of it now, whatever that was. Right, I'm going to be awkward and drive up to here and try and take out this turret. I know I'm going to go through one of their areas, and I'm going to take a bit of damage from this first one here, but I think I can get into this cloud and then not get shot at. I'm not getting shot at. Good. Okay, so I just need to wait. How close does he get before everything starts shooting at me? That's the thing now. So I'm going for the missile, which I've got. He's in his aura. He's come close, and now I'm moving. Okay. I'm not countering anything of his, obviously. Am I countering? But I am. He's targeting some sort of UAVs or something or other. But I am countering them all. Did you see that? Maybe that's what that aura is there. Let me just stop a second. Okay. I'm determined to finish the target now. So let me just see if those were UAVs or whatever they were. And as soon as it's just coming over, I don't know if you can see the line, but it's just coming in now and there. Yeah, so there we go. UAVs are coming in, and I'm taking them all out. I would like to know which actually, and there it's gone as well. So we can take out the UAV, so it's only the dumbfire weapon yet again, and obviously we're faster, so we can drive by it. So let's not worry about the hulks too much. So that was worth doing. We've learned something there. I'm going to try and box clever and try and drive and look at ranges at the same time. So that one there I could probably take from in here. I've got ships to kill yet, but they didn't look horrendous. What's the range of this one here? I can get into this shroud. I wonder if I can get into this shroud via this cloud and then actually take the ships out and they don't notice. But I can't remember what their thermal range was. Oops, timed out. Okay. And maybe that's a smarter way. Maybe I should have actually let it reset and then unpick some of the target. But ultimately, let's have another go. Oh, I think we can do this. If I die, I'll go back in, I'll mark it, and then we'll go back. Because it won't pop now, will it? So what's this one here? It's there. So we'll shift click onto that one. And then what's this one here? Because I can overlap then slightly. So that is definitely clear. I can't remember what the thermal range is of that. But it seemed like I had to get quite close. I've already killed that one off. So I'm only left with what? I'm left with two, aren't I? One. Oh, two, three. No, that cloud's not covered. Right, so I'm definitely going to go this way. Try and get as close as I can, stack them up, and then run through if I can. If I can just get inside that cloud, I think we might be able to do those ships without getting fired on by anything. Probably that outside the range there. Can I get inside this cloud and just snag them? Hopefully nothing's going to see me now. I'll pull one ship ahead and see what happens. Is it thermal range or is it visual? Haha! Oh, we like it. We like it. We are getting there slowly. Okay, so this is definitely then a... God, they die quick, don't they? Good. Okay, let's see if I can chip away at this other one. So inside, we're doing good. Yep, happy with that. So let's bring another one in. I'm not sure I'll get the third one. So I need to try and get the missile, which I probably won't be able to do. But I will be out of range of the... I will definitely be out of range of the scatters. So can I get the third ship? That's the question. I don't think I can. I don't think I'm quite going to make it. Oh, I might just. It's my... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just in there. We're just in. Okay, if you can just see how close that is, look. Because obviously it's the center point of the ship, and obviously depending on the angle they're going at. So I've just managed it. So now, can I just, it's not very clear, is it? But can I just manage to stay inside and clip that missile? I don't think so. But it's only the missile that's going to fire at me. Which it is, and I got rid of all of those. Right, well, let's bring the other ships up maybe a little bit further out. And then it's close enough so they actually do fire at it, so they're going to kill it quicker. And they're obviously killing the one in the center at the same time as well, aren't they? Or splashing, should I say. They're not killing it, they're splashing it. Yes, now you're quite right. Who said earlier on that you could actually, it was Mike, wasn't it? Mike said you could put a rocket in now. It may pay then to rocket one of these and kill it. Bear in mind, I don't want to get too close to this one, but I think I can probably get into that cloud to kill it. What I do want to do is to kill that. I've got a rocket. Although it's a long pinch and that's not actually for... That's for ships really, isn't it? It's not really for... Or is it for... No, it's for buildings, isn't it? What's the area of effect for that? Do you reckon I could do all three? Should we give it a go? Why flipping not? Let me just face the right way. We're in discovery mode, by the way. I'm not really sure. Thanks for joining, by the way, guys. I'll say that again, because without you, I would be very bored. Well, no, I wouldn't actually, because I'm learning quite a lot. But a lot. Let's just see then if we can get rid of this monstrous great one in the middle. And it takes a long time for these to come in, but... So the idea is I'm going to try and get rid of this and this at the same time. So let's drive up. Yeah, he's fired at me, but yeah, so we can. Oh dear. Okay, so I do and don't want to kill that. I'm in dumbfire mode now, aren't I? So I'm really causing myself some issues here, but I do want to kill the middle one. And I know it's causing me a pain to do so, but I want to kill that one as well if I can without dying. I think I can drive past the dumbfire. Yes, I can. Okay, that one's dead. The missile one is close-ish, but not horrendous. That wasn't pretty, was it? And obviously we need to do better, don't we? So that's done fire and it's firing behind. So what if I just drive by now and just test that out? Yeah, they're firing behind, aren't they? So yeah, caught up then on the turns. So there you go. That was worth doing, I think. Again, drive by. I'm down to 2 ships, but he's firing behind. Too close because the missile fired at me. But hey ho. The 2 slower ships obviously have definitely gone. So, but you can imagine with the reload speed and the 4 ships, that would be okay, wouldn't it? We're okay. I wonder if I can get into that cloud in a minute and then hide from this one and kill it. I think I might be able to do that. I suppose it's patience, isn't it? Because look, whilst I'm still in there, and whilst that symbol's lit up, that means my dot's working, isn't it? It is. Look at it ticking away. Look, and now it's gone. So patience, or maybe move on to another section or something. I don't know. I think it'll probably die this time, and that's enough. I think that'll have done it. It has. Okay, let's zoom out. We're sort of doing it. There's one there. So that's just driving by, doing that one there. This one here. So this ring is this one. This is the other ring that was a concern. Was it this one here? So I wonder if I can get to this one. It's that missile that's the issue, isn't it? If I can get inside that area there to kill that one, that would be good. Yeah, you're quite right, Jason. I mean, look, I'm not fully loaded. I've got not enough. You know, it might just take like 2 sweeps, and you can drive by to the next bit and then kill off the thing. You know, I'm thinking sort of long term. But yeah, you're right. Time is not the issue here at the moment. It's unpicking, isn't it? We'll worry about time later when we're all fully ranked up and we're all X whatever it is, and you know, or U3s or whatever it is. But we've actually ranked and we've got all the weapons on and armor as well. Because don't forget, there's no armor on these either. So we're just picking away at bits here. But I would like to, so I'm going to highlight this one here because that's the one that's causing me concern. So I can't use this cloud and I don't want to get too close to him. That is a missile which is causing me an angst. I wonder if I can get in then because I've got no cloud for this one down here. Can this one get to this one? Can we get as far as that? I.e., is that more than 89? Yes, it is. Considerably more. Yeah, so I can't get to that one. That's definitely a drive-by target. But nothing should shoot at me, so I should be able to just drive by, you know, and we'll keep room sort of zoomed out to see how that works. So driving by at maximum range. He's firing behind me. Mostly firing behind me. Not totally firing behind me, because obviously the retreat button is lit. Oh, there's another Christmas song, isn't it? Okay. What's the frustrating thing about this? Just remember, because you've done damage over time, your retreat button doesn't start working towards letting you out until damage over time is finished. Do you remember that from old? That's also a frustrating thing because if you want to try and get out quick, you know, and you're in a raid target, you can't because you're firing at them, and every time you're firing at them, you're doing damage over time, so you can't leave. That is a frustration. So I suppose actually I might do another drive-by and then actually wait to the retreat button. I want to know if I'm actually outrunning him. So I don't want mine to fire, but I want to be able to drive past. Well, it's starting, the retreat button look is starting to come back, so I'm just going to drive by so that he shoots at me but I don't shoot at him. And I want to know, I think I shot one round at him. Problem is that it's difficult to look, so you might have to do it for me. I can't really see where I'm driving, and also, let me just go now. I think I must be a bit further down. Right, okay, he'll fire. No, he won't. I wasn't close enough. His range and my range are so close. Yeah, so he's definitely hitting me, even though I'm driving. You know, I am still taking damage. There's no doubt about it. And obviously his is damage over time as well. So I'm surprised I haven't been sunk actually. But as was mentioned, you know, when Heffy was talking about on his show, you know, maybe there's a maximum stack you can get to where damage over time is a case of like, is it a case of bringing through one ship at a time? This one's about to die, by the way. Which is another reason why I've split them up. There we go, that one's dead. Okay. But am I getting better effect by bringing one ship in at a time, maybe? One more pass and it should do it. Yeah, it's definitely Splash, isn't it, Wayne? Without a doubt, because it looks like it's falling behind, but obviously, so he's gone, he's dead, you know. But there's Splash range. Now I can definitely get into this cloud. Where's the other one? Hang on a second. Where's the other? Is that it? That's the only two, isn't it? That one there. Wait a second. that one there, and that one there. Yeah, so I can definitely get into this cloud. Hopefully I wouldn't trigger him. I can knock this one out because I'm inside that cloud. I mean, it's going to take me to drive through 2 of these dumbfire. And hopefully I'm not going to trigger that Reaver Hulk. I have. Darn. Okay, so I can't do that. That's not working. And now I've triggered the Phoenix as well. Okay, right, well, I've got an no, it's a multi-form. No, it's the wrong ship. Okay, I wanted the MDS-3 on because I was going to let the Phoenix come and chase me then and see if I could knock out some of the missiles incoming with the MDS-3, because that would be a nice little test. See how fast they are, look. So he outranges me, so there you go. So yeah, that is the ship to kill first, clearly, without a doubt. Because it's got the longest range, and it does do you damage. Right, okay, let's go back into base. We're going to... that won't be cheap. Let's bookmark that one, because we're going to finish it. Okay. And that will also answer another question of, do you get VXP point targets for Defender? You should get 3, shouldn't you? 3, no. Is that the word? Yes. 3 lots of 50k or whatever it is. I wonder if my grease monkey's still running. I forgot all about it. Tum-chi-tum. Here we go. Right, okay. I got 204. Okay, that wasn't bad. Messing around in there, 247,000. Yep, virtually he's done. Okay. Okay, yeah, and I've still got 46 minutes. Right, okay. So that will help a little bit, obviously, with the reload. And look, it's frustrating, isn't it? That's frustrating. But we'll be able to turn faster now anyway. And we'll reload faster as well and that sort of stuff. And should I just go and put all... Should I kill off a couple of those countermeasures and put on either MDS-3 or Phalanx 4? Because it sort of seems... Which one builds faster? Let's have 2 of those. Because the sprint did nothing, did it? And to be honest, and I don't like the multi-form. Come on, come on, come on. Can I click that now or not? Am I allowed to? Or, no, what's going on? That's better. Okay, are any of these ships actually causing us any... That's a slower one. That's a slower one, isn't it? And that's got the Phalanx 4 in it, and it's got 4... Yeah, okay. Let's just start again. Which one is U2? That's U2, and that one is U2. That one isn't, so we're going to let that one just die in a moment because it's going to be slower anyway. This one, we're going to get rid of this for start. So let's just do a refit quickly. That's coming off. Let's clear that. Let's have a little look. And which is quicker when we look to countermeasures? Does it make a difference? Phalanx 4, 7 hours 33, and MDS-3. There. Not really anything in it, to be honest, is it? I need to take that shit off, so I'm going to refit that. That's going to take it down. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Cool. That tone in the background. Okay, that's what internet used to sound like, for those that remember. Dial-up internet. Good Lord, how terrible. Was the tone you got until you were connected? I remember that. Because I am that old. I remember getting my first computer that I had in my own house as opposed to at work or college, and I think that was 91. Was it 91? I think. Something along those lines, anyway. Your dial-up playing up, yeah, exactly. Right, so these are both now MDS3s, which will help us, I hope, a little bit more. They're ranked, so I'm not really worried about them, but I am going to bring in, okay, the last ship, but I am going to kill it off, okay, so it just dies, because I just want to be able to rank that one up. But it's slower, and it's got one less special, so it'll never be able to stay in the group anyway. So let's go back in, yeah, we'll use this one just for that last ship, although it's so close to being ranked, it doesn't really matter. And we won't bother with the last ship because we know that that sprint does nothing, and I'm not coining just to take that off. That's dumb, isn't it? 56k, that was 56k was the top speed you could get, wasn't it? It's got hardly any weapons on it anyway, and it's got the wrong counter. So I'm going to go into, I'm going to go in and put this one in there, and then that's ranked, isn't it? So I'm going to go in there and just go. I think I'm going to go for armor-wise, by the way. I think I'm going this. Okay, I think I'm going to go 3 and 1. Can't take that off. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to change that. Oops, and we're going to go that one there, and we're going to go MDS3, aren't we? Now, whether it's more than 4 MDS3 or not, because obviously I've got spaces yet, there may be a requirement to have 8 MDS3, I don't really know, maybe 10, maybe just 4, maybe just 2. I don't think it's 2, we'll find out in a second because we're going to go in with the other 2 ships, but I don't think it's 2 is going to do the job. I am going to take those 2 off for now, but that's probably what I will go with, but I'm going to take them off for now because just in case something does come along, but based off what I've seen, I think those are the ones to go. That's a good timeline, that means it's ready for the weekend, but for now, I'll take that one off. Okay, but I think I'm going to go 3 missile and 1 corrosive from what I've seen. Okay, oh, I quite like this song. Right, okay, so that's that building. And then these 3 ships then, so just remember this ship here, it's all by itself, the U1, I'm going to kill that one off. But I do want to kill this target, but I think we can do it with just a couple of ships. This is a very 70s disco tune, this one. If you can hear it, I don't know if you can hear it, I'm sure. Right, so that one over there, that's the U1 ship, can be the Gooseberry, and unfortunately, we could use it to trigger this Reaver Hulk and send it Mars way, couldn't we? Which means I can get in and pepper pot this. Oh, I like that idea. Where is it? There it is there. So if we use it to trigger this Reaver Hulk and then send it down here on a wild goose chase, at least it served a purpose whilst it's dying. Oh, it still works by killing off all the I wonder if I can encourage it to come down here quickly and let those other ships kill off. Kill off that Phoenix. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come in closer, you. Come in closer, come in closer. Kill, 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 kill. No, that didn't work, did it? Come on, damage over time. See that? Reaver Hulk's not doing a huge amount of damage. And that Phoenix is definitely, look, dot over time is annihilating it. So I don't mind going in there and really upsetting. It's running back away. Go come back. Here it comes. We want it to see me there, don't we? Come on, don't run away. Come and chase me. Okay, Wayne, thanks mate. Thanks for popping in. Gonna Well, we're definitely countering all the UAVs. I mean, that's done fire without a doubt from the Reaver Hulk, but that slow ship just can't outrun it. We've killed off the Phoenix, which is good, so we're just going to leave that ship there to... Oh, no. We're going to let that ship, which is this U1 ship, do that. And then we're going to send it on its merry little driving around pattern, going around in circles. And by that time, I think the rest of them will have killed off this up here, which is what I'm going to do. And the target will probably time out by then, but we'll see. So hopefully that will follow that ship and just keep going, and then I'll be able to kill off these up here. There's nothing around here. I've got no choice but to drive by and kill that as fast as I can. Okay, that's working. Oh, I've triggered the second Reaver ship now. Okay, not really matters. What if I can get them stuck there? Can I get them stuck? Nice. No, I can't. Okay, so they're not going to get stuck. But I can send them on a merry goose chase, can't I? So let's send my ship down to there, up to there, up to there, and then back down to here. There we go. Right, those should have died. Yes, they have. So I've got one more of these here. God, I've only just made it outside that ring, didn't I? I'm ranked up a bit better now, so hopefully, because there's only that one, I can get in there and kill off that one, maybe. Kill off that one, maybe, and then that one. Drive by dot over time, maybe into that corner. Let's try it. I'm going to give that a go. Oh, I triggered the wrong ship then. I want that to go up to there. Right, we're doing drive-by dot over time. Yes, I know it's going to fire at me. But it's a test. It's a test. 20 crazy fools. Oh, there's another one of those. Oh, it's there. The other one. Oh, whoa. I need to get into here. Kill that last one. But also drive over here and keep them out of the way. I forgot about that one. So that is the last one. So the missing in the middle, that one there, that did die, so that did work. And look, the other one just with 2 ships, not fully done, is virtually dead as well. So the drive-by is definitely the way to go. Hey Daniel, no mate, yes there is, sorry. So you can go into the targets, mate, which you start in at 5 o'clock. You can get down into the shroud, kill these 2 turrets that were here, and then exit. And then it's free fix, mate, and you're getting 35k if you're using a triple salty. So that's doable. It's doable to kill the targets off, and I'm quite enjoying it. Someone just sent me a message. I'll have a look at my phone, see what that says. Ah, okay. So I'm just going to send that ship back up there now because it's doing no harm whatsoever. And then I'm going to shift click, yeah, send it down here, and then send it back down there again. Send it over there, and then send it back up in the corner again. Are those 2 Reaver holes stacked up, or have I lost one somewhere? Is that both ships there together? It was 2 a minute ago. Oh no, he's up in the top corner. Darn. Darn. He's up in the top corner. Okay, I didn't realise that. So I can get that last turret. Okay, that's good. He's driving around in circles, which is interesting. Obviously I can get this one now, which isn't going to fire me until I come out the cloud. Can I get these 2 holes to... Oops, not that one. Can I get these 2 holes to chase me again? Hopefully I can. Yep. They should both chase me now, shouldn't they? Or not? Why are you not chasing me? Thank you. Come on, I want this hole to die. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Chase me, chase me, chase me. Okay. Now they're going to come for these. What is frustrating, okay, they've not unshrouded, so do I have to kill the buildings then? I've killed all those turrets with the same symbol on top. Yeah, got you, Daniel, mate. I know, it's, you know. I thought, okay, and because of the symbol that was on top of those turrets, it was a case of kill those turrets and then these would unshroud and that would be it, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Because I've killed all those turrets, so maybe it's the buildings that you've got to kill. So I'm going to drive by and do damage over time on that one, and hopefully that will die. Then I'm going to drive by and do this one, and just literally clip it. And then I'm going to go up and finish off this one, which now nothing should be able to shoot me. It's got to be the buildings, doesn't it? It can't be the turrets. Unless you've got to kill all the turrets with the funny tops on, which is what I'm going to do first. So we'll, you know, if it ends up being just the ships left, then fine. It's probably the buildings. But it's worth checking. So there's another scatter one there, look. Because if it's both the buildings, then earlier on it would have been quicker to go up, kill off that those two dumbfire turrets and drive by, kill these on the way through and take out the buildings and get rid of these two Reaver Hulks. But I'm quite glad in some respects for now I'm leaving them to the end, because then we can exit the target and then mess about with them a little bit. So that one's dead. That's nice, and it's unshrouded. So just that one up there, and not that one. Maybe it's just one building, because I don't think I did any damage to this thing up here. Let me just drive down, zoom in a second. Sorry, I didn't do any damage to this building at all. It's still sitting there. So I can't kill that building, but I managed to kill that building. So I've got 3 turrets left, which is not a problem. We're going to do this. We've got 5 minutes. I might exit and leave that one, because I want to play around with these ships, but I want to kill off this other one, which I can do, and then drive by. But I want to focus on that first. There we go. So a bit of damage over time there. I don't want to fully kill the last turret in case it just doesn't let you. Yeah, you can't kill that building at the top. That's a bit weird. That's a strange feeling. Right, so we've got 2 MDS3s, by the way. Let's just go in close. Let it fire its. Yeah, there we go. It's firing. Done fire again, and we are killing off all the UAVs. So that's nice to know. So as long as we kite past, look, it's firing behind us. It turns fast though, doesn't it? And that's 2 ships, isn't it? There. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit then, and I'm going to then see what it's like with one ship and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big aura here. Look, that's about range of 150, and that's what triggers them. I'm going to actually exit and fix up, and I don't care about the Grease Monkey crew now, because I'm just going to fix these over slow time, because I'll be ranked and I'll be done. So you can see this. I hope you can see this aura outside the ships. So let's retreat and let's just see where they are. We're nearly done. Once we killed this off, we're finished basically. We'll go back and just double check what I think is my build. Yeah, that ship's dead, which is what we wanted. But I think we can probably finish the rest of this off with what we've got. Probably, unless it's a nightmare to kill these hulls, but we'll see. We should have one protecting that building, and the other one wasn't protecting anything particular. So. So is it 1 or 2? Yes. So the 2 ships are there. Look, there's one up to the north and one up over here. So we're going to leave this one alone for a second because we're going to try and kill this ship off. Then I'm going to go back across to the top, kill off that turret, grab that turret, and then kill the last ship. So yeah, I know streaming it's a nightmare, but obviously you have to wait till you get in game. So until we get obviously the breakdown of the Kixeye's own admission of what does what and that sort of stuff. Once I'm inside that aura, look, you can see that. Look what happens to my ship. Look, I drop inside the aura, look, and then when I just drop a ship inside, watch what happens. I get a little indicator there. So it's not just a case of the dumbfire. There are other issues. I don't know what they are, but the good point is I can take out all the UAVs. Now I can trap this ship. I think. I don't think I'll be able to outrange it, but I should be able to trap it behind. If I outrun it anyway, trap it behind here. I can bring it to here, and then I can run up and down here, hopefully, and outrun the dumbfire. And I don't think it will be able to come and get me, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. It should just hopefully spin around and do things. Is it bright enough to understand to go that way, or is it going to turn around? Come on, what are you going to do? You're going to turn around, aren't you? I thought you might. Good. I'm not saying this is the play, by the way. I'm just saying, you know, you can do it. But I think we can then trap it behind here, then, you know, just keep running up and down like this, maybe. Oh, see, its splash is much bigger than my splash. So is that something to do with the aura, or is it? Like I say, I don't have many weapons on, so it's difficult to tell. I mean, I can trap it and play with it, you know, so my dumbfire is just finished, so my aura is just finished on my scatter as well. But I've got one MDS3, so that's interesting to know. I've only got the one MDS3 on here, and I've managed to knock down all those UAVs, so that's something. I think I'm going to die before he does. My dot's still working, it just stopped there, so... I think I'm going to get him just before he gets me. I'm not going to be able to get the second ship, I know that. Yeah, so he's dead. Okay, I think I'm going to be dead before I actually finish this target. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it may be a slow effect. You're quite right, Stuart. I don't know. I mean, the thing is that it's parked. I can't see it. Can I range this turret just inside? No, I don't think I can. Can I sneak inside? No, I think I'm just going to show. Oh, it's so close. Oh, yes, I just got it. Look how close that is, look. Although I think I thought I was outside the cloud, but I'm not. I'm just inside, so we've just managed to get that one there. Oh, yeah, we can see it. Now I zoomed in, I can see it. It's just clipping here. So... I take it then that's also the trigger point. I've killed that one there. There's nothing I can do about this turret over here because there's no cloud at all that's going to help me. But I can sweep by and turn and just miss the aura of that ship, so I don't have to trigger the ship. I'm not going to be able to do this in one go. It's absolutely not. I'm going to die. There's no doubt about it. But that's okay because I don't want to kill the turret then. The ship. Oh, that's interesting. So I wasn't even inside his aura and I still tripped the ship. So let's have a look then. So we're going to do a bit of a drive-by, and does it slow me down? That's a good question. It's a good point because he's fighting around the back of that mountainy thing, or sorry, that island thing. So am I slowing? I don't think I'm slowing. I don't think I'm slowing. I'm dying. I'm dead. I'm not dead, but I should be. I didn't feel like I was slowing. Let me just try again. Oh, it might be a little bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, I could be. But it may take off some of my health or something around this aura. I don't know. Until we get the Kickside briefing, we don't really know. It's not stopping the MDS3 from working. And that is a single MDS3, like I said. So the nice thing is that I can sit here and mess about with him. It's almost like saying, like, if I put some long-range missiles on, I could outrange him. You know. I wonder if you'd have to bring in another fleet. I wonder if I can go up and kill that turret and bring in something else that's got much longer range that's also got MDS. If I've got a missile fleet that maybe... Am I allowed to bring in... Well, I can because it's VXP target. I can do what I like. But obviously, I wonder if I've got something that might outrange him massively. But is my dot going to kill him before he kills me? No. Go on, die. Die, 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 die. Go on. No! Right, I'll come back. We're definitely doing this. Okay, recall. I'm only going to use... So I just use one ship or should I use two? Oh, well, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it was so close, wasn't it? What do we have? What do we have? Do we have something that's assault with long missiles? That's already built. That's the question, isn't it? Everything's ranked, so that's good. We're going to drop that one off and drop that one off and we're going to drop that one off. We're going to go into here. We've still got 22 minutes, so that's good. We're going to fix these two because I am definitely going to take them in. 245. So we may as well do a little bit on there because we're going to do them anyway. So start. Your badgers kill them with one shot. That's not the point, mate. I'm thinking about in the raid. I can't imagine that you're allowed to put a badger into a raid target. but I like it. I like your thinking. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you want the points, obviously go in with, as we did last month, go in with your PvP stuff because it obviously is much easier, isn't it? Protons, okay. I mean, sometimes they lock out to a set tier, but you can get in with half a tier sort of stuff, you know. Although these are tier 10, and that might cause an issue. We might be locked in tier 10 only in the top level. I don't know. Right, that's as far as I'm fixing. Cancel that. Go out of that. Kick those out. Put that one in there. Do that as a slow term fix. Okay, put these back into here. Get rid of that because I don't need that anymore. Let's go into something that lets it turn a bit faster. Now, there's nothing that's going to help me on corrosive because obviously all the crews, whilst I might do damage and that sort of stuff, none of this, say all damage protection except corrosive, and if you're dealing damage, you don't get a corrosive boost either. Some crews may do reload bonuses, but you don't get reload bonuses on Reaver Tech from my best of knowledge. Splash, I could get critical hits. You don't really get critical hits with dumbfire, so that's pointless. That only works for Forsaken. If you're doing generics, obviously that's my faster turn of 150%. Be nice to see that, I must admit. Criticals, excluding scatters, so pointless. That's pointless as well because it's only about doesn't do anything to corrosive as well. That's a pointless one because it'll run out. There's no buildings to worry about now. So there is nothing basically that's going to help us apart from the turn effect, because even area effect damage evade is pointless. So all I get is a turn effect bonus. So that's it. And whilst I'm in there, good point. A ship that is already built but has missile. So no, because obviously that's photon. So we want a tier 9 hull, don't we? Probably be cycled them already. What have I got? I'm not very good at keeping hulls. I tend to get rid of them pretty quickly. That was the tier 9. And that was a scattergun ship anyway, so that was a waste of time, because that would give me no benefit whatsoever, and then I won't have anything older, I doubt it. Yes, yeah, that's the only thing you can get with the pen damage steelheads, yeah, but And early on that would probably be really, really good, but then they turn so freaking slow, you know, because these ships are super fast in combat speed, and I'm a bit concerned about that. Might not be once we learn the target, it may be a nice path that we can pick up. I don't think I've got anything left that's going to help me with penetrative range to go and knock out that ship, so I'm not going to bother, because I've recycled everything. There's no, nothing at all. Okay, nothing. See if I find out someone's finished a target for me now. No, they haven't. Right, good. Okay. Here we go then. So that building up there in this VXP target serves no purpose whatsoever. So to unshroud those two ships and actually get them triggered and come towards you, I just needed to kill that one building at the back. Okay, I wonder if that's going to be the case in the main raid as well, where the smaller buildings are the trigger buildings, the larger buildings are just for show. Don't know. Like I say, at this range, I can just see the aura. I know you won't be able to because it works out differently, but you may be able to see it now on the island, maybe. I don't think you see a colour difference there, but there definitely is. The aura is around here. The point I was going to make, I didn't get inside that aura because it goes from there around as an arc to there before this ship started moving, so the thermal range is greater than the aura range, is what I'm trying to say. If that range is probably 120, I think the thermal range is probably about 150. Because I was trying to do a drive-by height of this, which will be a single volley, I think. And it'll be dead. Yeah, it is. And there you go. So I was a good 30 to 50 away from that ship before it did anything to me. So see that aura that I've got that's on mine? What does that mean? Is that extra special because the other ship didn't have it? What's this up arrow thing? What am I doing here? Why have I got this up arrow thing? I have to look at the special effects. I haven't been reading them, but I just slapped them on. But why have I got an up arrow? You know, indicating that something's super speedy. So I've got an up arrow. When I go inside the aura, does it go to a down arrow? I've got an up and a down. There we go. So does that mean that I've neutralized whatever it was? I mean, they're not getting to me, are they, at all? So I suppose the question is, how many MDS3 to knock down the missile turrets? I suppose that's the question. Let's let Dot do its business. There's no point getting in too early until the Dot wears off. Because he's got a down arrow there. I'm not quite sure what that means. I've now got the down arrow as well. I can't outrun his damage. It's not possible. These things are tough and cause a lot of damage because now I'm... Okay, whilst I haven't got armor, and actually that's a good point, I'm not armored. I forgot about that. I can't outrun them. I'm not making a very good job of kiting here, am I? Okay, he's dead. Target's dead. Give me some Defender VXP tokens. Well, at least one thing we know, it's corrosive. So there we go. It is definitely corrosive. So corrosive. So is it going to be 2 and 2? Probably not when I get all the armor on. And I get 4 ships and they're all bombed up. Because those ships will die much faster. I won't be going any quicker. Our turn speed was more acceptable there. But I definitely will kill them faster because I have far more weapons and more multi-shot and 2 extra specials as well. So I still think I'm going to go 3 and 1, he says confidently. Yeah, I think so. That's just pure resistance, obviously, because that's, you know, and that will go up with the armor. No, I'm not sure. Is it 2 and 2? Depends on how quick those ships die once they're fully armed, isn't it? That's the question. or once I've got all the weapons on, considerably quicker, because you still can. I'll have more dot because I've got more weapons, which means that when I drive by, each time I drive by, I'm going to get more onto them in raw damage and then multiply it by the dot. So no, I'm pretty content. I think I'm going to go 3-1 for armor plates. Three missile, three penetrative and one corrosive. Okay. I didn't see any VXP. Did you? Not VXP. Any defender tokens? No. Did you see any? Let's go back into the base and just double check. We'll go through and just finish off then. We'll chat about the build that I intend to do then. And I'll look at my VXP token count quickly to see if it did go up, because I knew what I was on. Yeah, great, cheers for that. Didn't get any rank, I know that. I'm already ranked out. So tokens down here. Let's scream down through the token count. There we go. Where are they? 89. Yeah, I think I did. I thought it was 86 before. 89. Hang on then. Let me just do this. Uh, 89. Just because it is worth knowing. You know, I'd like to get back up to 99, that sort of stuff, which is only, 3 plus 1 target. 369. I've only got 11, but there we go. Not to worry. Oh my word! Look at the speed of these. I mean, you should be able to order this target with these, just because of the pure resistance they've got. We'll see. If I send one up there and one over there, all I care about is the target, the tokens at the moment. I don't care about the rest of it. You go up there, you go up there, you go down there. Info tab, Mike, does it? Okay, cool. I'm just going to quickly whack this out because I want to get back up anyway. I've only got 3 to get, so. I am actually taking some damage, so at least that's something, I suppose, as opposed to the last one. Although I'm not exactly taking much care into killing the target. Don't forget also, if you wanted to play clever, I suppose the VXP target, you could go in, kill out those targets with your PvP ships, as in the ones with the rings, the big auras, that sort of stuff, and the ones in all the clouds would be able to be used. You could probably kill off then everything up to those scatter ones, and then use the clouds to kill off everything else. What have I missed? I missed something down here. Oh, these 2 turrets. And then give that target to somebody else. Something in your alley and that sort of stuff. You kill off all the nasty stuff, and if they've not got big PvP ships and that sort of thing, you can prep it all for them and virtually take no damage, or very limited damage, and then give them the target and go crack on, mate. The rest of it's yours. Use the clouds, go kill stuff, and then rank up their ships that way. You could be really nice to somebody, because clearly you can obviously do quite a bit of damage. And even those, the Reaver Scout ships, without the hulks being, triggered, I was doing okay. There we go, job done. So we should be up to, 92, I think it is, isn't it? Should be 92. We can fix 2 fleets at the same time, so I'm just going to auto the next one. Just let it do it while I'll just double check. But you were saying, Mike, that info tab is no thank you, don't want to do that. Let's go back into tokens then. Let's zoom back down. Oh, 87. That's not any better, is it? 87? Wasn't it on 87 before? I'm sure it was on 87 before. What does the tab say on this on the target? Come on, shot. Info. Drop Defender VXP token. Well, it didn't. It didn't do it. Let's let it kill the other one. Let's let it do it by itself, because I'm not that bothered about it. 87, okay, we're on 87. Okay, it says it drops it. That's the second one I've killed now, and I was in the 87th before. I should be into 93, I think I should be. Let it kill it and do its own thing, because I want to see the count go up by itself. So just whilst we're in the shipyard, yeah, we'll just go into design mode, like I said. So let's load it up then. I'm pretty confident then that this is going to be my build. And apologise, obviously I've not got enough. I'll have a little look at it, Mike. I think I'm going to go 3-1 like this. Okay, and I think I'm going to, yeah, I'll use these two specials. I think. Why? Because I'm getting, I mean, look at the corrosive damage, 88% bonus then, and I'm getting a multi-shot effect as well on top of that, and I boost my projectile speed, which can only help my countermeasures, and my reload goes up by 50%. So there's a smashing one. Perfect. Twin Fang Feeder is definitely the one ahead. All I'm really wanting this one for is raw building damage, so the initial shot is fantastic, okay, but the corrosive damage goes up again as well, and then look, 100% projectile speed. So there is a right good bonus to that. It keeps it underweight. That said, clear that off, and it's going to change now, so we'll save this one, and then we're going to pull in this as well. So I think that's my build, to be honest. I think that's it. I don't think I'm going to do anything different than that. I think I'm probably quite content. Might have to play around a little bit, you know. Like I said, I'm not going to finish off until probably a couple of days before the raid to finish the last armor and put these two on. So 10, we'll just see 10, 20, 10 days, 20, 28. Take one of those off. Excuse me. Take one of those off. So yeah, so taking that off basically, 10, 20. So a day, yeah. So if you've got a couple of 2-day tokens to save from the end from the last FM, then you can do the fleet quite quickly by adding those two bits on right at the end if you're really unsure. But that there is a definite given to me now, you know. And like I said, I think it's definitely going to be. Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to go along that route there with that one. Okay, and then I'm, yeah, as I said, Twin Fang Feeder, and then I go into, no, there's no corrosive on there. If I go into corrosive here, no, is it a limited? Is it limited? I can't remember. Yes, it is. 88, no, not that one there, because it boss does 40% damage. It's not much better. This one here, yeah, combat speed 10. I don't want to go any faster. Okay, at the moment, unless X1 brings it, there's no heavies, so let's just leave multi-shot at 3, but obviously multi-shot at 2. I know it's not quite as good, but actually with a 50% reload there and 50% there, but corrosive damage is 88% and corrosive damage there is only 45%, so that may be worth working out. 45% with a multi-shot of 3, or no, I've got projectile speed there. I don't have to, no, so I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go twin, yeah, definitely, because projectile speed's better again. That helps the countermeasures out. So that'll be it, I think. that'll be out. Right, okay. Let's just save that and save that as that one there. Let's call it AS. Okay. Let's go back out and just double check that target's dead. It's not. Let's go in and join it. It's probably because I didn't split them up. Or they split themselves up. God, it takes forever, doesn't it, when it's doing its own thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Obviously I can't damage that until I clear out this one building over here, so let's go up and do that straight away. We'll do this, we'll double check that VXP token, and that's obviously a broken mechanic because either they aren't giving out VXP tokens for defenders this time, or they've just goofed up the target and it's not kicking it out. But even though the intel says in the information block that they are. I didn't realise that the missiles on this were dumbfire, but they obviously are. Until it stops, you know, I'm missing everything it's firing behind, isn't it? Not till it sits still, look, but I'm killing it. I never knew that. I don't know why I didn't know that, but I didn't. I never thought about it, I suppose. Because buildings don't move. How about that? It's a shame you can't control badges, isn't it? Because you could drive around if they're dumbfire and just keep driving around in circles behind these things. You don't have any defenders now that are worth having that can do that. Look, I mean, they're missing. Come on. Even those are dumbfire. Dumb ship. Oh, come along. Come along, come along, come along. Right, see if I can pin it against this rock. Yes, right, that's good enough. Okay, target complete. 87. Have I gone up any? I'm not doing another one. Let's just recheck. Okay, one there. Information. Yeah, drops defender VXP token. Okay, go back into base. Pull up the token count. Scroll down. 87. Lovely job. Somebody want to tell them? I can't be bothered. Daniel? Somebody? I don't do tickets anymore. I'll give up with them. Okay, but it isn't working. Unless you've got to do it with assault. But I had 87 before I started to stream because I did that check and I killed that obviously with the PvE fleet. So it's not working. Right, that's it, guys. We're done. Okay, and I'll just say thank you very much for joining me. Okay, then some of you have stuck right through to the very, very end, and it has been quite a long stream. I do appreciate it because it's horrible when you end up talking to yourself. How long have we been streaming for? I'm trying to look, and I can't find out what the timeline is. Good Lord, 2 hours, 20 minutes. That's a long time to be stood or sat or whatever you are listening to me rabbiting on. Okay, but I think we found out some good stuff, didn't we? I think we found out what's done fire, what's not done fire. We found out basically what building is the important building. We found out how to pick apart the target. We now know how to get the Reaver Hulks out and that sort of stuff. We also know that the thermal range of those is ridiculous and they chase you all over the target once they've launched or once they've been triggered, and you can't get away from them. You know, so there are various things there to unpick, and I'm probably going to have to go back and relook at this myself. You know, because there's so much information there that whilst I've talked through it, I've discovered things as we've gone along. So discovery method definitely works for this game. You know, share this with your friends, that sort of stuff. Then you know we've done everything. I think you know I took some advice from you guys as well, as I always do from the community. You know, and it's helped me as well understand things. So it's a partnership. This you know it's the players versus, isn't it? You know, and that's what I've always liked about this. So yeah, again, thanks very much for joining me, and yeah, let's have a good weekend and enjoy yourselves. Thanks very much. All the best.